Hey guys, welcome to a brand new. Well, it's been out for a few weeks anyway, the alpha, but this is Cube World in alpha version. I've played this game for like the last 2 weeks, probably at least once a day for at least 2 hours. And like the first 5 days, I played like close to 10 hours a day. I've played the shit out of this game. Just single player stuff. I'm contemplating doing multiplayer. The thing is, I just don't have anyone to really do multiplayer with right now. Because to my knowledge, I don't think anyone on my Steam actually owns a copy of the game. Granted, I haven't really asked, but knowing how a lot of people on my Steam are, they're fairly, cheap. Not to be rude or anything, but yeah. So anyways, just hop right in. I just played around last night with a different character just to see, how he played. Not really a big fan of mages, it turns out. I'd rather stick with the rogue class. So I'm just going to play off my current character. Why not? Now, I've got two seeds. This one I'd originally gotten stuck actually in a tree without any bombs. And I was kind of screwed over there for a while. But then, after playing this world for a while, I realized I could just go back to this world, keep my inventory, and just use a bomb to get out of the tree. But by that point, I'm now completely over-leveled for this world, so I'm just going to stick with this world I've been playing in instead. Using just completely random seeds and stuff. So anyways, I can't really remember what I was doing over here. I should probably kick in my computer fan now. Apologize if that makes a noise because I didn't turn it on before. But yeah. This is a fun little game. It's going to take a while for it to load, just so you know. Because, as it turns out, I can understand if I go through the stats of this game and that. Actually, I'm in a town right now. Cool. But let's just go through the stats here for a second. I actually have 16 skill points. Did not allocate. Well, I'm just going to throw 5 into here for the hell of it. I'm just going to throw 4 into here. Why not? Now I'm 7 short. Throw 1 into here. And I've got 6 more I can place. I can throw in the swimming, which is kind of pointless because I have a boat. Or I could throw them into one of these things. I can try and get this as close to 10 seconds as I possibly can. And we'll learn. But yeah, it's because I have 10 in hang glide and 10 in boating. Boat speed of 250%. Like, I actually travel faster than the game can load chunks, which causes a ton of loading screens for me. And same with flying. If I fly a long distance, I can actually fly faster than the game loads chunks too. Oddly enough, I seem to travel fast. It feels like I'm traveling faster in a boat than by hang glider, but that's mostly because in the hang glider, you can't stay in the air forever. With boating, you kind of can, so it's kind of unbalanced that way, but then again, there's not a lot of oceans. So I'm just going to check the map here, see what we have to deal with. Forgot which place I was in. This is my main starting area up here, where you see my mouse cursor, which I've explored a lot of. From there, I went through here. And just originally I just kind of went straight through because there wasn't really anything nearby. These two are oceans. The first ocean I went through, and I just kind of went back through here and came back into my home place. But then after a while, I kind of got, don't want to say bored, but like after a while I came back here and just did like a shit ton of quests over here forever, and kind of got bored of it, so I decided to explore again. Here's a snow biome, here's a desert. Here's another snow biome, I think. And here's the lands of Chrono, which I thought was hilarious. So I tried to make a living there, but a lot of the stuff was just out of my league as far as level goes, so. Anyways, I'll zoom back in on the map here so you can see. All these little sword things are missions. Alright, yeah, one aside from that. There's one way up north. I think I'm just going to head for this one over here for now. Zoom in on my map again so you guys can see. Now, before I go out, I should probably check. I have a ton of stuff to sell. Holy crap. Let's see, I have 30 empty flasks. I have 4 filled with water. Which means I can probably open the crafting menu and... Let's see, right here. Should I make plus 80 or should I just stick with whatever ones I have, which are plus 77? I'm going with plus 80. It's time to start a new batch of healing potions. Actually, I have a bunch of stuff that can be identified too. That's interesting, actually. So I'm going to zoom in on my map just a little bit more. If you zoom in enough, you can actually see... Not quite enough. There you go. Now you can actually see where all the stores are located. Just a little pro tip. Granted, I'm sure most of you guys who are watching this have probably already seen footage of this from other people. Because like I said, people have been playing this alpha for 2-3 weeks at this point. But anyways, I'm just going to talk to this guy and identify some of this random crap I have on me. 7 copper, it's probably better than a lot of stuff now that I think about it. So that, and I'll identify this. So I think that's stuff I could use. Iron, no. Linen, no. Iron sword. And it looks like it's all warrior and ranger stuff. And I can scroll down and confirm. Oh my god, I have a lot of crap. Warrior, warrior, ranger, warrior. Yep. I was kind of keeping like a bunch of like purple and gold tier stuff that wasn't for me on hand just for whenever I want to use it. Actually, while I'm here, I should probably check out my recipes and see if I have anything else I can learn. 85, 81, can't use that yet. Ranger. Let's see, what's this for? I can actually learn that. And I can learn the Iron Longsword. The rest is all for a different class. So, what I'm going to do, because I never usually go to weapon shops in this game, because I find they don't really sell any really good tier weapons. I mean, if you're in desperate need of a weapon, that's better, you can always check, but you usually won't find anything. At least, in my case, I find I usually have a hard time finding decent, like, rogue weapons. So mine, okay. I want to sell a bunch of stuff, so just bear with me for a while. Well, that's done and over with. Holy crap, that was a lot of crap. Let's see if there's anything I can buy. I'm pretty sure I have candy on me. I can just check here to make sure, but yeah, I have candy. All that pet food is just used to tame pets. I do have a blue slime pet right here, which you use just the same colored slime stuff, or jelly, whatever you want to call it. But, like, after taming one, because, you know, I thought slime would be cool or whatever. Turns out slimes are kind of really shitty pets, because they don't attack that often, their attacks are weak, they're kind of just crap. Now I got a turtle, and turtle, it seems to be probably one of the best pets in the game, because it actually has a spin attack that can stun enemies. In addition to having ridiculous amounts of health, because it's a turtle. It has more health than me, and it's like 20 levels below what I am. Which is kind of ridiculous. But whatever. Now we're done with that. Should I show off everything? I can't remember. Probably not. There's like the guy in this tower over here. I'm gonna check anyway. Probably not gonna be able to do anything with my platinum coins because, well, for starters, I found a kind of a bug in the game. If you find like low-level blue items and stuff, you might want to keep them because you can actually just scale them up to your level for a lot less platinum coins than something that's level 64 that's costing me 94,000. Or to find something that's fairly low level, which I did have a dagger that was level 24. I guarantee it would probably cost around 10,000. Not 10,000, but like 1,000. I'd probably actually be able to do that, but I don't use daggers because, from my experience with daggers, they don't do enough damage for me. So I'm using the sword. I know daggers do poison, but I find the poison damage even doesn't do anything near, like, poison damage, in my opinion, just doesn't do nearly enough damage for its own good. To be completely honest, I'm heading the complete opposite direction. But yeah, it's just my honest opinion. I just find poison, like, at least against bosses, I find poison doesn't do nearly as much damage as what a boss using daggers can poison me for. Because I've seen a boss poison me, and, like, we actually hit 42 in poison damage, which is ridiculous. And, like, I poisoned bosses before. I've hit, like, 0.8, whatever. It's like, I could have hit, like, probably a 22 using a longsword's M2 button. So, honestly, it's probably something I'm probably going to have to look into, like, as far as balancing poison. Because it'll be a boss that's supposed to be my level, and if I get poisoned by him, I'll, like, lose over half my health if I was full health by the end of it, because of just the ridiculous amount of damage he can do. Granted, some bosses, I will admit, are completely broken for some reason. Even though it says, like, I find it depends on what enemy you get as a boss. Like, If you get a rogue boss, I find those are usually among the harder ones. At least the ones with the fists, because every time I've fought a boss that uses like the rogue fist things, if he uses his special on you, you're basically going to be at less than half health regardless of what you do. I've had a boss hit me for over 800. It was like M2 special using those stupid fists, which is really ridiculous. Like, I know they're bosses, but even so, what makes it worse is it's kind of really hard to dodge like a lot of the rogue things. I know there's a little bit of a wind-up for the kick, but even then, if you're in the middle of doing an attack when he starts that wind-up, because you can't cancel an attack mid-swing, the swing has to go through first, so you can still end up getting screwed, and I just fell. But whatever. Should be going the right direction. Is that a boss pig? Oh, this is gonna give me like nothing for experience, I guarantee you, but... Does he cast a spell? Wow, he was. Oh, non-dead. Let's roll all the way there. Ah, crap, he got me. Yeah, I just used my one skill and just obliterated him in an instant because I'm kind of really overpowered with this sword, actually, but surprisingly, I've still found bosses that just completely kick my ass. So, there's a weird issue of balancing some bosses I find in this game, in that I think some bosses were probably intended to be taken out with more than one person, but they're still in the single player anyway. So yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, apparently I lagged and G didn't register. It happens a lot in this game with me, because my computer isn't the best. There's not really a lot of options for reducing graphic settings or anything like that. Like, you can reduce the anti-aliasing, but I always find stuff runs smoother with it on, so I never really do that. Whatever, I've actually got it only on 2 times, because I tried to make it so that chunks would load faster so I didn't outrun them. Didn't really help. Like, as you can tell, you can see how it's getting foggy ahead. That's because I'm actually getting close to where the world stops generating. I just completely use up all my stamina. Like a moron. Whatever, charge the ground. Biters. Those evil witches, they probably are. Oh boy. I'm gonna attempt this. I'm probably gonna die attempting this. Actually, I'm gonna switch potions first. It'd be a damn shame to waste those ones. Oh, lifesteal, I hate you. Let's throw some of those. And wow, I actually managed to do it without dying. 4 witches is usually probably one of the hardest things you can fight against, just because of the ridiculous amounts of damage it can do to you over a period of time. I'm just gonna eat this while running. Cactus potions, they don't regen. Well, they regen the same amount as a potion would, but unlike food, they actually let you move while using them. So, cactus potions are basically just a better version of food. Granted, the only place you can make them is in the desert with those cactus bushes, and you have to use an empty flask to put them in, so it kind of wastes your potion. I totally pressed G and it didn't register again. Whatever. How close am I? I'm almost there, actually. There's actually a castle right over this hill somewhere. Or right over that mountain, I should say. Either way, we'll get there eventually. Well, the other thing is I turned on my render distance too, just to try and get chunks to load quicker. Well, in the vain hopes that would. Didn't really help. I could probably turn my render distance back up. Probably slow down the game a little bit since I'm recording. But, no, because I am recording, I probably shouldn't do that. It doesn't really ruin the gameplay experience. It actually creates this kind of fog of war-like thing. Kind of like what... I think they used to have fog in RuneScape. Granted, I think I turned it off because it was annoying, but... It's an orc dungeon, which means a bunch of these things. So yeah, that's one of the combos I use a lot. And actually kind of reuse as a rogue. It's actually kind of an overpowered combo. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I use my free skill because I put my class into ninja instead of assassin, which I can explain the difference. Like, with assassin, you get camouflage, which puts you in stealth for 10 seconds, which means you have a higher chance of doing crits and you do more damage in general. I definitely cannot see through that wall, but things that would have been nice to see through a while ago. Just kill him. Well, he drank a potion. I think he was about to use his wind-up kick on me too, which might have killed me, actually. Because those wind-up kicks do ridiculous amounts of damage. Plus 26. I don't know why it's plus 26, but whatever. Alright, there's definitely a boss in here, as you can tell from the thing. Let's go eat regular food for now. You'll notice it heals a little bit more in the cactus potion. I think that's partially because of a higher level. Probably is, actually. But whatever. I'm not gonna take out proper potions. I'm just gonna use my stealth ability here. Which is why I don't have my lantern on, because you can stealth bear. Also, my pet seems to be nowhere near me, so to unglitch, I'm just gonna respawn him. It's like this little force respawn thing. I think if you press T, it'll also cause him to come near you. I'm not sure if that actually works or not. I remember one day I randomly mashed something on my keyboard and it seemed to make my pet respawn. I'm not sure if it was T or if it was something near T. I definitely did not roll the way that fast enough. I think I stunned him before he got that off. And he died before he could even regen with a potion. Yeah, like I was saying, my current setup makes me kind of overpowered just because my sword is so strong. So I have no problems with these basic minor guys. If you get like a really good weapon, you're basically set in this game. That was stealth. I can actually get fairly close to these guys before they detect me. I'd rather go for the mage though. Now unfortunately I did touch him and he did detect me because of that, but the thing with stealth is there's no cooldown for it, so I can just continuously use this on every guy in the room. Can take him out super stealthily. And they all, like, literally died before I even got my, like, one skill off on them. But yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do, is literally use the free and follow it up with a 1. Because it builds distance between you and the enemy, and then you charge right back in, and basically, like, the 1 can stun, and it usually does stun most enemies, unless they're orange, but honestly, it's just one of those combos that seems to be kind of overpowered at the moment, maybe. I think everyone just died. Yeah, that's how ridiculously strong my rogue is, basically. And believe it or not, even with this ridiculous amount of strength, I still have some trouble with some of the bosses. Because, like I said, some of them are just, I swear, overpowered. I'm gonna open this. Oh, opening a chest makes your stealth go away. I didn't actually know that, because I've never actually had the opportunity to do something so that's stupid. And my number 1 hit the ceiling, which is why I didn't go anywhere, in case you're wondering. And I leveled up. So yeah, as you can tell, like, for doing a bunch of stuff like this, I level up super quickly. And my experience doesn't really go up that much, I find. Once you get to the higher levels, like, the experience between the levels doesn't seem to go down at all. Which I'm not sure if that's a bug or not. It might be a bug. Which is why I kind of don't like... well, that's basically why I'm not going down that hallway over there to leads to dead end, because that would be kind of abusing the grinding system a little bit. There actually was a better bug with the grinding system that made it even worse. Believe it or not. Like, the old bug with the grinding system was that you could, like, literally have someone sit in on a multiplayer server and basically forever, like, just sit there and respawn stuff after you killed it. Which would work on bosses and would basically make it so that you could farm bosses infinitely. And bosses, as you could guess, give a lot more experience than these normal guys. Granted, at the level these guys are at now, I could probably kill like 20, 30 of them and get the same XP from killing the boss. And I'd probably have an easier time killing 20, 30 of them. To be completely honest. At least as far as I find. Oh, my pet's still with me, so that's good. If I use the hang glider, he tends to get lost along the way. So yeah, they all died in one combo there. And he rolled out of the way. I'm just gonna get rid of this guy here, because he's gonna be annoying. And now you're basically dead. Yeah, it's ridiculous how strong I am right now, I know. Like, that's all you really need, is just find one good weapon and you're set forever. And I found this weapon quite a while ago, too, as far as gameplay goes. I think think he just spawned the dog out of his ass. I'm gonna get out of the way of that, because that's gonna kill me. And there's your boss. Now, obviously, for bosses, you're gonna want to have your potions out, because they provide quick heals in battle. This is a ranger boss, so he shouldn't be too hard. It honestly, like, you can't really tell from the weapons, though. It all depends on what their health is set at, and I can't honestly tell what their health is going to be set off at based off the enemies I just fought, because I just killed pretty much any enemy so quickly anyway, it's hard to tell. But assuming this is a boss that's above my level, you'll notice that his health will seem like it's taking forever to go down, and he'll be doing a crap ton of damage. Which is probably going to happen, so here goes nothing. Okay, his health is definitely going down, at least. And he still hit me with that. I stunned him before he could get that off. Cool. Dodge roll, backflip, charge, and he's already less than half health. He's taking a potion already. Like, I made a boss take a potion within 20 seconds of a fight, so... Achievement unlocked. He's taking a second potion. I didn't know bosses could chug multiple potions, but whatever. I got an Unholy Spirit plus 80 for that, which seems kind of ridiculous. Whatever. So that's your mission done. Now when you defeat a mission with the X's or whatever over it, which are actual quests, obviously. Okay, I don't need that candle. You can pick up the candle. I find like a good use for candles, actually, is if there's a really dark room and you don't feel like turning on your lantern. What you can do is actually just pick up a candle and drop it, and it'll just stay lit, and it'll light up a really dark room for you. And surprisingly, doing that doesn't break your stealth at all, by the way. You can actually turn on your lantern while you're stealthing too, which is actually a better strategy. You just stealth to the point you want to be at, and then basically turn on your lantern, and your stealth meter will stay full as long as you didn't move when you turned it on. Actually, what turning on your lantern does when you're stealthing anyways, it makes it take longer for your stealth bar to reach full. So it's easier to actually sneak around while your lantern's off and just get to that point you want to be, then turn it on. And if you're not quite there, just turn it off again and move forward a little bit more. There's a lot of like little quirk things you can learn with the Rogue. I find it's a really good class. Like, the one problem with the Rogue, though, is even though his hits are really fast, his weapons are really crap. Like, the best weapon to get is the longsword, in my opinion. Like, the daggers do poison, but like, look at the combined damage of these two. It's like, well, this is a purple one, 11.5 and 11.2. Their powers combined, you get like 22.7. Compared to the 36.3 of this golden sword, that's... Well, well, it is a higher level than both of these combined, but still. Well, not combined, but you get the point. These fists are kind of under-leveled too, I should mention, but... Especially because I haven't found, like, really good fists in a while. Now, which way am I going? Okay, just hit M. Sometimes it takes a while for the map to load. But that's mostly because my computer's a laggy piece of crap. So don't mind that. I'm gonna try going for this next mission. I also realized, though, like, once I got past, like, level 75 power or something like that, that seems that missions have only appeared 2 at a time instead of 4 at a time. I'm not sure if that's partially because I'm such a high level that they're only showing me, like, 2 missions now, because there's only, like, 2 hard missions available at a time. Or if it's just a bug. Either way, it's kind of annoying because beforehand, like, before I reach this level, there'd be, like, 4 missions available. They'd all be scaled up to my level, so it didn't matter. But there'd still be 4, and some of those happen to be close to each other, so I'd knock out, like, 3 or 4 at the same time. It was kind of awesome. But speaking of which, I haven't seen, like, a take out, like, a Titan wandering around, like, plains or whatever crap. Like, those missions I found were really easy. Like, regardless of level, because, like, every single monster I fought in those missions where you fight something that's not in a specific location. Like, they defeat the troll or defeat the Cyclops missions, stuff like that. I found those ones to always be, like, really easy, regardless of level. Just because they always swung pretty slow and fairly easy to predict their movements. Which means it's pretty easy to dodge all their attacks, and they seem fairly quick to take out. I never really ran into one that was super overpowered doing those. But I haven't seen one of those since they switched it to 2 missions. I'm not sure if that's just because, you know, it's hard to find stuff now because there's only 2 missions. Which probably is. I'm heading the complete opposite direction. Well, not the complete opposite, but you get the point. I'm heading towards the town instead of towards the mission. That's okay. I will climb to the top of this mountain and use my hang glider. Let's see. Can we get there very... Okay. Should be pointing in the right direction, and we go. Now, I'm probably gonna completely, like, go so far, I'm gonna, like, get to a point where I'm just going further than my game can load chunks, which I'm surprised hasn't happened yet. But then again, I haven't had to travel long distances yet. I guarantee you it will happen when I'm traveling through water. And through water, it gets to the point where you might as well just keep your map open while traveling, because there's really not much to see anyway. It's mostly open ocean. It's kind of like Minecraft. Plus, that way, when you have your map open, you're going over water, you don't get to see the terrifying-looking animation of your person floating over nothing, looking as if he's going to fall into the void and die. Even though there's no penalty for that, it still scares the ever-loving crap out of me for some reason. But whatever. Should be able to make it there fairly quickly. Huh. Raccoon! Those things are actually fairly strong, as you can tell. They're same level as squirrels, basically. Or maybe they're a little higher, I can't remember. But yeah, basically, for people who are starting the game, squirrels and raccoons are something you don't want to mess with. Because they tend to be pretty overpowered at first. Like, it's possible you can still take them out at low levels, but probably only in multiplayer, or probably only if you're really, really good at dodging it, and even then, squirrels just hit so fast, it's not really an issue of dodging, it's more of an issue of just being able to survive their onslaught while you kill them. Or being able to stun them and hit them from a distance, and then stun them again before they close the gap between you and them. Oh boy. But yeah, anyways. So as you can tell from my main map, it's still quite not loaded, and that's because I am getting close to the point where I'm traveling faster than I can travel. Actually, I should mention these. You see the blue over there, like the blue health bars, basically means they're friendlies, which means they cannot be attacked. They also have blue names as well. So blue name and blue health bar means that they're friendly, cannot be attacked or hurt in any way. You can talk to them, but they'll only have basic NPC dialogue for now, which is kind of disappointing. I really hope that they'd program in these people telling you about like a rune or something, because that'd be kind of cool. To be kind of honest, maybe you do if you hang out long enough, but I've never really hung out long enough to do any of that stuff. Actually, getting close to a forest, which I have found a problem with this game anyway. Is at least for me, but I find that like when I go through forests and canyons and stuff, like the closer I get to the boss, the more laggy my game gets. I'm not sure if that's because they're generating about 400 people in the same forest area all at the same time, a lot of them moving around, or if it's actually a problem with the game. But you'll probably notice the frame rate started to go down a little bit here. Like, even without a frame rate counter, yeah, it's definitely going down. Now, because this isn't a mission place, it's not going to show me exactly where the boss is. But pro tip, bosses always glow purple, so it's not like they're super hard to find. But still. Alright, I'm just going to keep going forward here. Now I'm out of that forest area, I should have less lag substantially. For some reason. I've never understood why my frame rate, it gets really bad in mountains, I find. Mountains are the worst. If you actually find a place labeled mountains, I find the frame rate can absolutely die on you there to the point where you're getting less than 1 frame a second. Which has happened to me before. Even though the game's actually still playing at what's supposed to, this game's still going in real time, but the frame rate gets down to 1 frame a second sometimes, and I'm not sure if that's actually a bug with the game or not that's doing that. It probably is. The game probably still needs to be refined, for some of these areas, but Just one of those things that I found to be like a major problem anyway for me. There's actually a huge mountain straight ahead that I can't see because the game is loading so slowly. But yeah. It's actually a cave here I should probably explore. I'm gonna go explore just to give the chunks a chance to load anyway. Yeah, I just two-hit that bat, basically. Because I'm kind of overpowered. Also, I'm using a green lantern, so... Well, it doesn't look green, but it's a green tier, which means it lights up better than a normal tier. Which is why the cave looks slightly better than it would normally with a normal lantern. Which, in all honesty, you really do need to get a better lantern eventually. Even though it seems kind of like a waste. Chances are, like, the only place to get better lanterns in the first place is from shops. So just check your item shops and just check to see if they have a better tier lantern. If they do, I would highly recommend buying it just for the sake of, well, better traveling for basically everything. Because I completely lost my words, but I'm being attacked by mages. Oh, those gnolls were enemies. Huh. Around the corner. Yeah. Not fun, is it? Would have recommended it myself. Okay, that looks like it could possibly be an actual mountain. Which I really hope it isn't. Because mountain biomes like the crap out of my computer. Okay, it's not. It's just a randomly generated mountain that's nothing. I have a feeling I got to stop my recording here soon. But, you know what? Even if I do have to stop my recording, you know, this is just like a really fun game I found. It's still an alpha. They're going to be adding a lot more stuff. This is more of just like a preview trailer for what the game's actually going to have. Now, obviously, if you get it now, you can start leveling up now and just be overpowered by the time it actually comes out. They had recently like the update though, where they fixed like a bunch of issues with the game, including that whole issue with people, you know, camping bosses. They've patched that. Like, within a week of that exploit being found, they patched that, which, good on them, because people were getting to like level 4,000 plus, and it was starting to get ridiculous. Which, yeah. It's probably for the best they patched that now rather than wait, because otherwise people would just be stupidly overpowered. And the way they patched that is basically they made it so you can only rest at the inn between 6 a.m. or 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. Which is actually really smart, because that makes sense, for starters. So you can't just rest at the inn regardless of time of day. And by doing that, you can no longer use that exploit. Which, yeah. They also, like, they've completely, like, redone the Ranger class too in the new update, because Rangers would be able to, like, take off from their hang gliders from, like, a stopped start. And what I mean by that is, like, they'd be able to, like, pretty much quite literally just, like, take off from, like, a standstill. Like, what they do is they basically do this, and then they use the retreat skill while pressing S, because retreat makes you move the opposite direction. So basically, if you're facing this way, you press retreat, you go this way, and you'd be launched into the air if you jump at the same time. If you take out your hang glider while you're doing that, then you'd be propelled with your hang glider like way off into Boohoo, Egypt. And they kind of had to patch that because it was making it so that you could travel faster than I can travel with the hang glider. With a level 1 hang glider. Which is kind of unfair. But yeah, I anyways have people here now, so might have to end this recording session prematurely. For now, I'm just gonna keep traveling. Maybe I'll take out this group if they are enemies, not our friendlies. Oh well. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this game. So far, it's, like I said, it's just a teaser trailer, basically, for what's probably going to be a really awesome game when it gets fully released. Also, these ogres are supposed to be red here because I'm so over-leveled, I could probably just do this, and they're dead. So, yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far, and you know, if you want to see more, just let me know, and I'll be happy to record more at any point. Until then, I will see you guys next time, I guess. Okay, so because I'm an idiot and didn't realize I didn't have to stop recording, we're back. And the world's just regenerating now, so there's kind of a little bit of fog going on here. But you can already see the castle on the mini map, so we're going forward to the castle. So I'm going to assume the front door is probably around this end. It's often the hardest thing about these castles is finding the front door. Duragar Palace. Actually, that was the front door right there. Cool. We're around the right side. Yeah, let's go for an attack, and I leveled up already. And one guy left, apparently. Rogue, using daggers, and now he's dead. Okay, I think I've got all the items I can. Should probably switch back to these. Should probably actually level up my 2 times I didn't level up yet. Oh, 15, my first one. As you can tell, obviously the cooldown lasts substantially, like goes down by substantially less to the point where it's almost pointless to put any more into that cooldown now. And I just throw everything else into my sneak, which even then isn't going to help a lot. Because I could probably get to about 70-80% and then nothing. Almost like superpower leveled. Let's see. 2 mages and a ranger and 2 melee fighters. Pro tip, always go for the most annoying characters first. That would be your mages and rangers. In that order. So because my score is so long, it's the other benefit of doing that is I can literally stand between 2 people and hit them both. Which is why I really do like the longsword in this game. Well, that and when I played RuneScape, I always found the longsword to be awesome. So hopefully I'm going the right way here. It appears the boss is in the final tower over there somewhere. This is probably going to kill both of them right here. Yes, it is. Overpowered. Whatever. Break this vase open. Sometimes you can find some pretty good items in these vases. The problem with castles is they're more well lit up, so notice my stealth is going up a lot slower than what it was before. So what do we have here? We have a mage and 2 rangers, and we have a mage and 2 warriors. Obviously, we go for the greater of the 2 groups of evil. And then we go for him. Not too worried about the warrior. And one of them was a rogue, but who cares? They're melee fighters. Melee fighters, in my opinion, tend to be fairly underpowered. And pro tip, unless you want level 1 stuff, never really pick up any of the food or stuff on these tables. Because I'm not sure if it's part of a bug or whatever, but they don't regenerate the items that spawn in these castles unless there's like shoulder armor or something. In which case, sometimes they'll actually scale up to your level. But for food and that, they never scale up to your level. So you always get like level 1 food in these places and level 1 bombs. Okay, we've got 1 mage over there. And it's 2 rogues, or is it 3 rogues? It's definitely at least 2 rogues. Looks like 3 rogues. I think it is 3 rogues. And nothing good. There's a castle I was going through a couple days ago where I swear I was just getting purple and yellow items out the ass. It's actually the castle where I got this sword at. Oh, you think he ran behind me, eh? Oh, he actually stunned me. Yeah, there's a reason why I take out mages first. They can do the most damage in the shortest amount of time. Because mages are kind of overpowered in this game. I've played one, it's not really a class for me. At least in the beginning. I find it's a lot more fun to actually get like right into the combat a little bit. Like, the Ninja Star and stab combo is probably my favorite thing in this game right now. I prefer to use that rather than use magic. Because, you know, you have to wait for MP to recharge, and it just gets kind of annoying. There's the boss right there. Okay, 1 mage, 2 mages, and an archer. Now, the thing about playing mage class, though, is you can actually expect which spells to come out now. Or at least I can, because I know now which weapon results in which, you know, spell being cast. And I think that's a rogue. Which means this boss could be pretty overpowered. Like I said before, rogue bosses tend to be fairly overpowered. Which is why I'm kind of worried about this one. At least when they're using these fists. These fists have, like I said, their mouse 2 is completely overpowered. And it can stun. I find it just does a lot of damage. I still prefer the sword because it can hit multiple times and each time has a chance to stun. Which basically means it has a 4 times greater stun rate. Because I think it can hit up to 4 to 5 times. Okay, this guy's not too overpowered, but he is still a rogue, and as such, he just tried to kick me there. Luckily he missed, both me and my turtle. Yeah, he hit me for 391. This guy isn't as overpowered as some of the other ones, but 391 is still a significant amount of damage. Like, to the point where it's probably gonna kill me if I get hit by it one more time. He is already drinking a potion, though, which means I can just interrupt him on that. And he's now done. Now on Holy Spirit. I have plenty of stuff to attach to this sword now. So what I'm going to do, for the sake of, you know, potentially getting a little bit more experience, is I'm just going to go through here and see what else I can take. Water balls, doesn't matter what level they are, you might as well just take them. Because why would it matter what level water ball is, because you use those to make your potions anyway. And he is done. Flashlight on. And we're good. Don't really think I got anything worthwhile out of that, but whatever. Might as well leave my lantern on going through this now. If only I can remember the way out, which I think is fairly straightforward. Let's see, we go up here, we go around here. And we should be almost out. So we just need to go through here, and then I think like down some stairs and out. Or just out. Just out. Okay, good. I don't think there's any side paths in that dungeon. I think that was really straightforward. Turn this flashlight off, and now we've done basically all the missions available in this place because he doesn't really want to give me any more missions right now. Yeah, if you zoom out all the way, it actually zooms out your mini-map all the way, which wouldn't look as bad if they actually textured it. Which I'd really like them to actually eventually texture the mini-map being zoomed out this far. That would be kind of cool, in my opinion. I don't think they will, because it's probably way too much stuff to load. But even so, I think it would be kind of cool. The thing is, when a mini-map zoomed out this much, it's pretty much impossible to get off track. I actually picked up the heart flower in the air, because I'm awesome. Let's see. Might as well just zoom this back in. There is no point to being this far zoomed out. Check the C in the middle of the screen. That's key to making it to where you want to go. So we're going northwest, more north than west. We're going to have a bunch of biters chasing me, but I'm fine with that because I can outrun them with a hang glider. These are friendlies, and that's me hitting my head. That is a raccoon, which is never friendly, and is now dead. I can't carry any more cake. The thing about pet food is you can only carry one of each pet food. which is unfortunate. Whatever. And in case you're wondering why I said that 3 times, because I tend to mash the button when I pick stuff up. It'll always pick up the stuff you're able to pick up first, so you don't miss out on anything anyway. If you're something you can't pick up, which is a really smart move on their part, programming this. Either way, let's just continue heading for our city and hope we get there eventually. Shouldn't be that much further now. Basically, yeah, that's all I really wanted to show you guys. I could go, like, try and find a snow biome in that, but like, those are on the other side of the world. I'd have to cross an ocean to get there. Especially for the desert, that would take a while. I could tame a Scottish Terrier right now. I have a croissant, so I could do it, but at the same time, it would be level 6, because I think there's a bug with pet training now, where every pet you train will be the same level as what you were when you got your first pet, which I was level 6 when I got the blue slime, so my turtle was level 6 when I got him. So yeah, with pets, it's actually better to wait before you train one, because otherwise they'll be a significantly lower level. Granted, they'll level up really quickly because, well, it's just the way it works. But yeah, I'm sure they're going to improve the pet system a little bit in the future, because it doesn't seem to be that great right now. Also, I think my mouse just died. Did my mouse seriously just die? It was literally charging for like, I don't even know how long. I charged this mouse for like 4 hours. And it's actually died. So I can't click or anything. Oh, touchpad we go. Laptop touchpad edition. So yeah. In case you're wondering, I did get a new mouse and it's complete in our ass, clearly. Well, the problem is it charges using a USB cable. Problem is the battery life is like 4 hours. Which is stupid. So instead of unplugging it and plugging it back in every 4 hours, especially when I'm playing a game like this, I'd rather just keep it plugged in. Problem is I have 2 USB ports on my computer. One is for the actual sensor for the mouse, so you can use it wirelessly. The other one I'm using for my external hard drive, which I need to record shit, because that's where my recorded stuff goes straight onto. So you see the problem here. Oh boy. How close am I? I'm actually off target a little bit. Probably actually skip the forest in its entirety if I go up here. Oh boy. But yeah, touchpad version of this game. This'll be fun. Wonder how clicking is gonna work. Probably not gonna work at all. That's how it's gonna work. It's gonna be so awkward if I ever get into a fight. So bonus, try not to get into a fight ever, because you're gonna die. Because of touchpad. Because I literally unplugged my mouse for an hour and it's dead. 4-hour battery life my ass. It was plugged in, like, literally for, like, the last 3 days. It is a much better mouse than my old one, in that, you know, the left click actually works and doesn't double click or not click at all. Because my old mouse was getting to the point where it's just broken and wouldn't work. Gonna partially blame Minecraft for that, gonna partially blame RuneScape for that. Gonna partially blame any game that uses a mouse for that, because that mouse is like 3 years old. And I use it almost every day. Even though I haven't played RuneScape in the longest time. Actually, I played it last night, I shouldn't be talking. For like the first time in like a year. Apparently it's RuneScape free now. Which, you know, is alright. I can't turn the camera around fast enough to fight these things. So I'm not going to bar. Well, there's clearly some kind of epic battle going on below me. So I'm just going to ignore it and continue progressing. And if we head straight north, we should be there. Camera can't turn, so I should definitely never get off track. Still climb the tree, though. By the way, it's control to climb. It's not the most intuitive of controls for climbing, but works, I guess. It's kind of like sneaking with control in Skyrim, which I did eventually change to shift, because shift was like the walk instead of run button, which I never used. Or was the button that locked walking and running, which, once again, never used, so why the hell would I use it? I think I set that to alt, and then set the run to shift or something. Maybe I did leave my sneak on control, but I think I set run to shift instead of alt, because that just makes way more sense. Why would your run button be alt? Like, I get that's right next to spacebar, but my keyboard's fucked up anyway, and I can't press more than 2 keys at the same time anyway. Like, I seriously can't. I should know I've tried, and I have Stepmania experience to prove that you can't. For those who don't know what Stepmania is, try playing that when you can only press 2 keys at the same time. Every song that has like 3 or more notes at the same time, can't do them because you can only press 2 keys at the same time. It's kind of why I stopped playing that game after a while. I don't know why my keyboard's like that. My previous keyboard for a different computer was not like that at all. And they didn't seem to give a shit if I just mashed the keyboard, but this one does. I'm sure there's probably some way to turn it off that I don't know about, but I don't know about it. Well, I already managed to make it back to town safely without a mouse. That should be worth something. Unbelievable is how this mouse is already dead. Well, because this mouse is dead, I can't really continue playing, obviously, so I guess that'll be the end of my session. We've basically cleared out the 2 missions here. Well, before I quit, I should probably head to the inn anyway and attempt to speak to the innkeeper with my touchpad. That's right, change the inn resting mechanics. So it's not late enough in the day for me to rest at the inn, so I have to wait 2 hours in-game for me to be able to rest. Which is going to take a while. Time passes faster when you're sleeping. So I will show off the sleeping mechanic, which everyone seems to love. Well, you sleep on your face because it makes more sense than sleeping on your weapon, I guess. I guess partly because I couldn't find a way to, you know, make it so that you can't sleep, so that your weapon isn't on your back when you're sleeping. So whatever way it works. But yeah, this game uses like the 24-hour clock. So 1800 is when you can actually use the inn, according to the new update. So I will wait another like 50 minutes in game. But yeah, I'm not going to do that here because that would be boring for you guys to watch. Instead, I'm just going to end my session here. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And I will see you guys next time I play Cube World. Just remember, leave a comment if you want me to continue the series. Because for right now, I've basically already done most of what you can do in this game, aside from just randomly exploring, which I've already done on my own time. And yeah, I'm still thinking of doing multiplayer. It's just a matter of me finding people that have the game and are willing to do it. So yeah, until next time, I will see you guys later.